Alright, welcome back to the channel, and welcome to the Supreme Challenge 40. We are here. It's been a long journey. It's been a way too long journey with uploads. However, we finally made it. We're finally here. You're watching it. I'm filming it, and we're here. That's all I can say. I'm really happy we made it. We got a stat card set up for the night. I'll go into the full backstory for all these matches right before they happen, but I'll give a brief one right now before each match. So we're gonna open the show with Oliver Kobb versus Primus Allen. Oliver Kobb very scared for this match. Then we have the Self-Made Sensations and Jimmy Hernandez versus Squeaky McLean's clients Des Davids and The Mission. Following that, we have Greg Gage versus Joey Morgan. Then the four-way tag team title match, Finn, Bruiser, and Frehley, the Big Money Makers, Hawaiian Crush, and the current tag team champions, the Awesomeness. North American Championship, Randy Unleashed defends against his brother, ZWB. After that, we have Lenny, Brown, Rogue, and Valiant versus the Power Plant, which is the team of Adam Smasher, Avalanche, and Chill. No Holds Barred match, Angry Gilmore versus Hollywood Bret Starr. Battle of SWF Titans, Remo versus Steve Frehley. Scythe versus Rocky Golden in a cage match. And then in our main event, for the SWF World Heavyweight Championship, Mikey, the winner of the first annual Supreme Rumble, versus the Crippler, the World Heavyweight Champion, has been the champion since February. What can I say? Other than, let's just get into it. And before we can open the show, I was about to run the show, and then I noticed something, and I was like, the Pain Alliance weren't booked at all. No promos, no matches. They didn't even get in the Hype Get Over angle. And I felt really bad. I was like, these guys have been a very vital part of the tag division for this company for a decade plus now. And they aren't on the Supreme Challenge 40 at all in any shape or form. So, to throw them a bone, I put him on the pre-show against Mass Fury, and I didn't pick a winner, so Leon de Oro picks up the victory over Big Smack Scott with the Anonymous Rush. So, cool. Cool to see the Mass Fury went over without me picking it. Mass Patriot got a 74 too, so that's really cool. 63 for the pre-show match, but we get into the show and we have our opening video package, the Hype Get Over angle, the cheese angle. I don't care. I get one a month. Shut up. I didn't pick a Cornellverse fucking off-brand hit of the year like I usually do. It just didn't feel right for the Supreme Challenge. Just, something that SWF would produce, some music video SWF would make for their historic 40th edition of the Supreme Challenge. And yeah, gets a 100 rated angle, and we open the show, Oliver Kobb versus Primus Allen. So the feud starts all the way back in March in our Build to Awesome Impact, where Oliver Kobb helped ZWB in his feud. It was like a giant, I think, 12-man tag match, where it was the Unleashed Awesomeness and the Power Plant teaming up against a team of like 6 baby faces. I can't remember all of the baby faces. I do remember that Joey Morgan and ZWB were kind of spearheading the group of the baby faces. And at one point in time, Oliver Kobb went out of his way to give ZWB a hand, join the team, and take on those heels. So fast forward to the World is Watching pay-per-view, where Randy Unleashed and Primus Allen are trying to take over the match, run roughshod, when out of fucking nowhere, Oliver Kobb manages to eliminate Primus Allen, shocks the whole world, and causing Randy and Primus to then challenge Oliver Kobb to a tag match where they're like, we don't give a fuck who your partner is. Both of us want you, and you got to find someone to team with. And, ZWB didn't forget, even though it was months ago. ZWB's like, you help me out, I'll help you out, I'll be your partner, which kind of caused both of the matches that are happening tonight. So, yeah, but even in that match, ZWB managed to pick up the pinfall over Randy Unleashed, pissing off Primus Allen even more. And that's how we're opening the show, Oliver Kobb versus Primus Allen. Oliver Kobb, on the Go Home show, had an interview with Anna Garcia where he's just shitting bricks. And he literally says, like, I'm fucking scared. I don't know what I'm going to do. So he's, like, scared during his whole entrance. Primus Allen, he shakes when Oliver Kobb shakes when Primus enters the ring. His hands are like shaking, and then the second the bell rings, he snaps out of it, and he rushes right to Primus Allen. It was a complete front. Oliver Kobb's plan was to trick Primus Allen into thinking he was scared. He doesn't give a shit. For Oliver Kobb, the way I think of Oliver Kobb, I think of him, he might not be a redneck, but I think of him as like you hit him with a frying pan and he just fucking walks it off kind of guy. Just a guy that can take pain and laugh at it. Like kind of like like those stereotypical redneck gimmicks. Damn rednecks just love to fight, that kind of gimmick. But his name's Kentucky Bill. How can I not think like that? So he just wipes off pain. He's just going full steam ahead. He jumps him. He gets the upper hand for a little bit. His plan worked. Primus Allen's completely caught off guard. However, Oliver Kobb unable to put him away. Primus Allen eventually regains control. And then Primus Allen puts him away in 10 minutes and 6 seconds with a running power slam. 81 rated match. Really good way to open the show. I'm really happy with that. That's nice. That's a good way to open the show. 81. I'm actually pleasantly... I was thinking like 70-something. I'm very happy with how that match turned out. So we cut backstage where the Rat Pack have jumped Angry Gilmore. Obviously, a last-ditch attempt by Hollywood Bret Starr to take out Angry Gilmore before their no-holds-barred match. Angry Gilmore is jumped by the Rat Pack, but they don't really finish the job. They walk away, and we kind of see Angry Gilmore get into his feet, and he is, what's the word? Oh, angry. He's angry, because he's Angry fucking Gilmore. 100 rated match. We then have, Des Davids and The Mission versus Jimmy Hernandez and the Self-Made Sensations. So the feud for this match really began in the Supreme Rumble, or I guess the show after the Supreme Rumble, because Des Davids went to confront the Self-Made Sensations. He blamed them for him losing the Supreme Rumble, because the bulk of all of their time in the match, all of them being Des Davids, The Mission, Marshall Dillon, and the Self-Made Sensations, all kind of... the bulk of the time in their match was spent fighting each other. So Des Davids was like, you guys screwed me over. What the fuck? And I demand an apology. They, of course, did not apologize. So The Mission and Des Davids then jumped the Self-Made Sensations until they were saved by Jimmy Hernandez, who has kind of been their on-again, off-again friend. It's been a while, so I can't remember the full backstory of the mid-card feud, but it was something like... I think Dominic D'Souza joined Team Sexy for like one night, but he had bad chemistry with Joe Sexy, so Joe kicked him out, and then Jimmy Hernandez and Steven Parker then both rejected Joe Sexy's offer to join Team Sexy, so there was a feud between Team Sexy and those two, which Dominic D'Souza would then later help them out, and that's how the Self-Made Sensations form. Regardless, Jimmy Hernandez then comes back to help out his on-again, off-again friends, and so just kind of a nice mid-card match. Des Davids and The Mission versus the Self-Made Sensations, and in 12:48, Des Davids pins Jimmy Hernandez with the quarterback sack after Squeaky McLean interferes. Of course, this wasn't going to be a clean finish. It's Squeaky McLean. It's going to be anything but. So, Des Davids and Squeaky are still an awkward pairing. I forgot about that. It does really affect Des's performances. After the Supreme Challenge, I'm not exactly sure what my plan is going to be with Squeaky McLean, as he has bad chemistry with both Des Davids and Matty Faith. I'm not sure what to do. Regardless, they got the nice victory here tonight. Jimmy Hernandez with the performance of the match, getting a 77. And yeah, match got an 81. Good shit. We then cut backstage to Adam Smasher giving a pep talk to his boys. I gotta get into the zone with Adam Smasher. Avalanche, chill, Kristen, my men. I need you to understand the gravity of this situation. If we lose tonight, the SWF might crumble. It might fall. Our home will be destroyed. We're going to be evicted. Have you ever been evicted? I've been evicted 3 times, and I can't figure out why. I need you to understand that if you fuck this up for me tonight, then I'm going to have to go to the nuclear option. Do you understand what the nuclear option is? I don't think the SWF faithful, as much as they adore and respect me, they're so easily brainwashed if we, as we've seen with the reuniting of Lenny Brown and Jack Geidroich. They have no idea what they want, what they need, what's best for this company. I do. I don't want my home to be swept away in a tornado. I want it to be safe and sound inside of a nuclear power plant. If you fuck this up for me and I have to go nuclear, I don't know what we're going to do. 99 rated segment. Up next, we have Greg Gage versus Joey Morgan. And we have been hyping up. Greg Gage is undefeated. He's undefeated. But now he faces his biggest challenge yet as he takes on Joey Morgan. He talks shit against Joey Morgan. Joey Morgan put him in his place in the past few weeks. And now it is time to put up or shut up for Greg Gage. The match, I have it going 15 minutes, and it's a fucking classic because it's Greg goddamn Gage and Joey Minnesota. It's a classic. But in 14:47, Greg Gage picks up the victory, the clean victory, locking in the Proton Lock, making Joey Morgan tap out. 83 performance, 77 rated match. Greg Gage stays undefeated through the Supreme Challenge. So yeah, on the Go Home show, we were introduced to Angry Gilmore's new bodyguards. I wouldn't say bodyguards. Bodyguards kind of, it's like a heelish thing. His companions, his bald companions, James Diaz and Logan Wolfsbane. And they find Justin Sensitive in catering, and they beat the shit out of him, leave him lying. They do what the Rat Pack should have, which was kind of like, empty the cartridge, you know what I mean? It's like an old, I think I heard that in the Mafia remake game. Empty the clip. I don't know about fucking guns. I'm not. But they what I mean by that is they beat him until he can't get up, which is what the Rat Pack didn't. Angry Gilmore got up, and now he's got his back up to take out the Rat Pack one at a time. 100 rated segment for that. We have the SWF World Tag Team Championships, the Awesomeness versus the Big Money Makers versus Finn Bruiser and Froshore versus Hawaiian Crush. Hawaiian Crush, I can't remember. I think they started with the tag titles. They either started with the tag titles or beat Fame and Money very early. I think they beat Fame and Money for the tag titles. And they were fighting champions. They held open challenges. They didn't back away from challengers. And eventually, the Awesomeness got their title match. And after a very close rough patch with Randy that almost saw the downfall of Unleashed Awesomeness, Randy would show his first act of selflessness and help the Awesomeness. He would cheat in that match. He would help the Awesomeness capture the tag titles. And while that was going on, Spencer Spade and Brandon James had this short feud where they hated each other because they thought the other one was ripping each other off. And then eventually they were about to, they had this huge backstage fight ready and planned. And then Robbie Retro came walking by, and they're just like, that guy's a fucking piece of shit. And they bonded over their hate for Robbie Retro, killing him, forcing him out the company. And now they're a team, the Big Money Makers. As for Finn Bruiser and Frosher, Finn Bruiser debuted beating Makutsi, and then he had a feud with Des Davids, and now he's teaming with Frosher, just kind of like two of my newest signings that I want to push. Give him a little spotlight, give him a little short individual tag run for the Supreme Challenge. And in 14:55, the Awesomeness defeated the Big Money Makers, Hawaiian Crush, and Finn Bruiser. I guess it was an elimination match. Fuck it, it's an elimination match. Finn Bruiser and Frosher went first, Big Money Makers, and then Hawaiian Crush. Awesomeness make defense number 2 of the tag team titles. Jefferson Stardust got an 89. I almost lost this fucking guy, man. Dude, EILL were paying out the fucking ass crack to steal him from me. But I won the bidding war. I get 89 ratings. Not you, EILL. Stay the fuck away from my John Morrison. God damn. 82 for that match. Frosher at a 66. Holy fuck. God damn, Frosher. Hell yeah. That's what I like to see. But in the end, the Awesomeness retain in 14:45. And we cut backstage. Big win from Greg Gage. And he is confronted by Squeaky McLean. Squeaky says, Greg, I've been watching you. And I know you're undefeated. But that ain't gonna last forever. But I can help extend that undefeated streak as long as humanly possible. If we team up, great things are going to happen for you. Do you want to take that step to the next level? You want to take the next step to overshadow your father's legacy? You want to take that step to be bigger than Sam Keith ever was? All you got to do is join me. And Greg Gage looks at him and, no joke, laughs him off. He's like, are you fucking kidding me? What the fuck do I need you for? What am I gonna... I don't need a mouthpiece. I don't need a manager. I'm winning my matches by myself, which is something your guys can't do without you. All right, Squeaky? Okay, Squeaky. When I had my debut match, I beat the piss out of my own father. Did that give you the impression that I need somebody? Because I fucking don't. Get the hell out of my sight. What kind of... Get out of here. Laughs him the fuck off. Up next, North American Championship, Randy Unleashed versus ZWB. There's really not much backstory to this match. Other than... like I mentioned earlier, there was that rough patch in Unleashed Awesomeness where Fame and Money, I think, murdered BJ O'Neill figuratively, and Randy Unleashed didn't give a shit, and the Awesomeness were like, what the fuck? And so Randy helped them win the tag titles, so in turn, Randy then got help from the Awesomeness to steal the North American title away from Lenny Brown. And now he's going to face ZWB. There hasn't really been that long of a feud for this one. So, I think all that's really happened was we found out that ZWB's mom doesn't love him. So, that's probably weighing on his mind. But the match goes, holy shit, a 90-fucking-1. Hell yeah. The match goes 19-34. Randy Unleashed retains the SWF North American title. Defense number 1, uses the ropes for leverage. It was a fair match for most of it. ZWB had the upper hand the whole time, and so Randy Unleashed then started doing Randy Unleashed things, like using the ropes for leverage. He wasn't going to let his brother win at the biggest stage of them all. He wasn't going to let ZWB capture the North American title for the first time in his career. And yeah, 91 rated match. You love to see it. And so we cut backstage and we see Fame and Money, and they're looking for Angry Gilmore. They saw Justin Sensitive lying there in a comatose state, and they're looking for Angry Gilmore. Unfortunately for them, they find the Heritage, and the Heritage beat the shit out of Fame and Money, lay them to waste. They stay down, they don't get up, and yeah, the Rat Pack is taken out completely ahead of the No Holds Barred match. Up next, we have Lenny Brown, Rogue, and Valiant versus the Power Plant. The Rogue and Valiant had their return match, their one-off return match, as they have horrible chemistry with each other on the go-home show. Lenny Brown was able to reunite the duo after the longest time. Rogue has kind of taken Lenny Brown under his wing in the recent months, and when Lenny started working with Valiant, Rogue was not happy about that. But eventually, either through hatred over Atom Smasher or through just maturity and time, Rogue and Valiant reunited, and now they're here to take on the Power Plant. And the match goes 21 minutes and 2 seconds, gets an 82. Atom Smash with the fucking 85. God damn. But, unfortunately for the Power Plant, Atom Smasher is going to have to go nuclear or whatever the fuck he was talking about, because Lenny Brown pins him with the Starr treatment. 82 rated match. Avalanche and Chill. Oh my goodness. Bro. The fucking holy hell. Lenny Brown's getting stale. That's fine. I agree. I gotta rebrand him. He kind of is getting stale. Avalanche and Chill with the... Oh my god. That's amazing. This is the first ever save where I have actually seen Avalanche and Chill produce numbers, and I'm all for it. I'm all for more teams in my tag division. I'm more than happy with how that turned out. But yeah, Lenny Brown picks up the victory, pinning Atom Smasher with the Starr treatment. Match gets an 82, and we cut backstage. Hollywood Bret Starr's freaking out. He can't find the Rat Pack anywhere. The match is next. The No Holds Barred match is next. Hollywood can't find the Rat Pack. Eventually, he finds the Heritage, and Bret's like, "Get out of my fucking way, I'm looking for the Rat Pack." And the Heritage have to break the news to him. Bret kind of took care of him. And Bret pauses, and he has like a face of absolute fear. And then the face of fear just slowly turns into a face of unbelievable rage. And he just yells, "Fuck it! I don't fucking need him anyway! God damn it!" And then he storms to the ring as his music's playing. Angry Hollywood Bret Starr manning up for the first time in this fucking save, and he mans up like no other. Him and Angry Gilmore have a fucking hardcore match, dude. They pull out the tables, they pull out the thumbtacks, they pull out barbed wire, they do it all. I don't know how well this match is actually gonna do because it's a hardcore match, and Angry Gilmore doesn't have the best hardcore, but in the end, Hollywood Bret Starr mans up, and on the fucking 90 goddamn 6, fuck yeah, on the biggest stage of them all, he grows a pair of fucking balls, and he wins. And he wins all by himself. No Rat Pack needed. Shocks the fucking audience. The match was so good. It's one of those matches that's so good that both men start fucking rooting. They start rooting for both men. It's just an amazing match. A hardcore fucking match. And in 22:15, Hollywood Bret Starr hits him with the hardcore hammer. I don't fucking know. Is that a burning hammer? Fuck it. He does a burning hammer off the top rope through a fucking table. Fuck it. Why not? 90 fucking 6. Holy shit. I forgot to do backstory. I got too into the match. These two have been feuding since the beginning of the save. This is one of two storylines that have been active since the start of this save. Bret Starr and Gilmore have been trading wins and losses. This is the rubber match, and fuck it, Hollywood goes over. As much as I love Angry Gilmore, his time is coming. You know, next Supreme Challenge, he probably won't be giving me 87s. So I'm just pleased with that. That's amazing. 90 fucking 6. I love that. I fucking love that. So we cut to Anna Garcia, who is with the Crippler. Crippler has asked for this time to give Mikey Lau one final warning. Mikey, you have fucked with me for too goddamn long. And that little stunt on the last Supreme TV, that's going to cost you your career. See, I'm not called the Crippler just as a gimmick, okay? I'm called the Crippler because I took Jack Bruce out for months. I'm called the Crippler because I beat Rocky Golden for this World Heavyweight title. I'm called the Crippler because I'm going to make sure that you're eating out of fucking straw for the rest of your life. You think that your little fucking kicks can knock me down and out? No. You knocked me down. I'll give you that. You knocked me down on the last Supreme TV, but I shot right back up. I preserved my body. I preserve my body so that I can take yours away from you. And when you're sipping down your Jello night after night because you can't open your mouth to chew, you will think of me and you will think about what you tried to do, and that is take this World Heavyweight title from me. 89 rated promo, and it's time for Steve Frehley versus Remo. Steve Frehley made his return to the SWF, much like I did. He made his return to the SWF at the build to The World Is Watching. So, 3 months ago, the Crippler and Remo planned to have a singles match for the World Heavyweight title at The World Is Watching. However, GM Eric Eisen announced that he had made a pretty big signing, and that this pretty big signing is going to get in that world title match. And for weeks, Remo was like, who the fuck is it? Who is it? Who is it? And it's Steve Frehley. And Remo has, ever since that day, held this against Steve Frehley, and he vowed to pay him back or whatever. Regardless, they've been feuding for months. Okay, that's all I have. They've been feuding for months because Remo feels that his world title match was stolen from him thanks to Steve Frehley. So he's going to beat Steve Frehley tonight, and he's going to get his world title match. Unfortunately, Steve Frehley wins in 22:53. This match suffered because there's not enough selling shown. I'm so shocked. Who would have foreseen? But yeah, a battle of SWF legends. Steve Frehley's finally returned, so I feel what better than to have him face one of the biggest heels of the past fucking decade and a half for SWF. And the match gets an 88, so yeah, good. I can't complain. That's a good match. That is a good match. And now it is time for Rocky Golden versus Scythe. This is the other feud. I said there were 2 feuds I've had been going since the start of the save. This is the other feud. And this one I have planned out month by month since the beginning of this save. So, when Hell Freezes over, I shouldn't start there. I should start at Nothing to Lose. So, from the beginning of the save up until Nothing to Lose 2020, Scythe was giving out these cryptic promos, basically just like, oh, the Titans of today will become the Titans of yesterday, and all that shit. And also John Greed was cutting his own promos where he was basically saying, like, oh, the day of reckoning is going to come, or whatever. But no one really knew what that meant until Scythe made a surprise appearance during the Crippler and Rocky Golden title match. And something that the Crippler seems to neglect to ever mention about his amazing title when he brings up all the time is that Scythe and John Greed helped him win that match. They took Rocky Golden out while the lights were off, and yeah, causing the Crippler to pick up the victory and win the title. So they then also Greed helped Scythe hit the Underworld Spike, which I think is either a pile driver or a tombstone pile driver, some sort of pile driver, right on top of a chair, seemingly taking him out indefinitely. But yeah, so that's what they meant by the day of reckoning will come. They set their sights on Rocky Golden. They're trying to, how do you say it? They're trying to, I can't think of the word, just like change the landscape of the SWF into their favor, pretty much. So then at the next pay-per-view, Awesome Impact, Valiant, who was kind of teaming up with Rocky during the feud for the Crippler, he stands up for his boy. He tries to stand up for his boy, gets a match against Scythe at Awesome Impact, but he loses, and John Greed and Scythe then attempt to do the exact same thing to Valiant. However, Rocky Golden, the superhero that he is, returns early, makes the save, saves Valiant from a Underworld Spike on a chair, And then at the World is Watching pay-per-view, we have the tag match, Rocky Golden and Valiant team up against Scythe and John Greed, but they are unsuccessful. The forces that be use their shenanigans to defeat Rocky Golden and Valiant. Following a massive victory over Rocky Golden and Valiant, Scythe tries to challenge for the world title. But that whole situation was a clusterfuck. Scythe was trying to challenge for the world title. Steve Frehley wanted to challenge for the world title because he was never pinned in his three-way. Randy Unleashed tries to challenge for the world title because he's like, how come we're given just the same fucking people all these opportunities? Let's insert someone new. So, but that also causes Scythe trying to go for the world title, causes Rocky Golden to then go for the world title because he never got his rematch. So, as a result, the whole match just becomes this big clusterfuck where it's a 5-way match where Scythe and Rocky Golden essentially halfway through the match just then focus on only each other, taking each other out, and Crippler retains the title. Then at the previous pay-per-view, the Times of Trouble pay-per-view, Scythe refuses to give Rocky Golden a singles match against him. He's like, I beat you in that tag match. I have nothing to prove. Not only did I beat you, I beat Valiant. That's 2 birds with 1 stone. But you're persistent and you won't give up. So to quench your thirst, I will give you a title. I will give you a match against me in a cage. But you gotta beat my henchman John Greed at the pay-per-view. Scythe had a lot of faith in John Greed, a lot of mistrust because John Greed lost that match, and Scythe then took him out. I think he hit the underworld spike on a chair. John Greed has been out ever since. We haven't seen or heard from him. Through this whole thing, after the tag match loss kind of hit Valiant hard, so he's just been doing his own thing, as we saw with Lenny Brown and Rogue. He kind of felt like he failed, so he's kind of stepped away. Maybe that has something to do with, like, he's been trying to escape Rocky Golden's shadow kind of thing, so maybe he wants to try to do his own thing. But regardless, with or without Valiant, the feud between Scythe and Rocky Golden still continues, as in the build to this pay-per-view specifically, Scythe has lured Rocky Golden into his dark room where he cuts promos to, brawl with him with an upper hand as an advantage. He's also mind-fucked with Jungle Lord. That's why Jungle Lord's here. We're not sure if he, possessed his conscience, which he didn't because that's stupid, and I hate gimmicks like that. He probably has just blackmailed him with something like, if you don't try to take out Rocky Golden, I'll kill your family, or some bullshit. But, tonight is the cage match. Scythe has been undefeated since his debut in SWF. He's retired Skull to Bones, and the match gets a 90 rating as Rocky Golden defeats Scythe. I don't really have anything specific in mind for this match other than the finish. So, the match, it's a 25 or a 24-minute brawl, pretty much. They throw everything they can at each other. Scythe hits some underworld spikes. Rocky Golden hits some Rocky Roads. I see he won by submission with the rack. Maybe the Rocky Road is some bullshit. I don't know. But regardless, the way the match ends is Scythe attempts to use his trickery. He attempts to use the lights going out and get in the upper hand. However, Scythe has done this one too many times against Rocky Golden, as when the lights go out and they come back on, Rocky Golden is ready. So the way I imagine it is like The Undertaker in those old SmackDown vs. Raw games. When the lights go out, The Undertaker would be right behind your character. In this instance, it's what happens. The lights go out, Scythe is right behind Rocky Golden, but he's done this too many times, and Rocky Golden immediately turns around, gets him into the rack, and after a minute-long struggle, Scythe eventually has to tap out and suffers his first ever loss in the SWF to Rocky Golden, who stands tall. And following the match, Rocky Golden, he's still mad. He's won this match. He's exhausted. But he's still mad. He looks at Scythe. He looks at the man that has been tormenting him for months, that cost him his world title. And he goes outside, and he grabs a chair. He throws it in the ring. And he picks him up for a tombstone. He plans to to Scythe. What Scythe did to him at the beginning of the year, that put him out of action for months. Fans are chanting, no. The announcers are losing their mind. What? Why is he doing this? Why is he doing this? And he's about to do it. And then at the last second, he spares him, proving that not only is he a better wrestler, but he's a better man than Scythe. He's a better man than Scythe will ever be. And that's enough of a victory for him. He doesn't need to see Scythe's career end. He doesn't need to write off Scythe. He just needs to know that he is superior. That sounded egotistical, but, after fucking months of torment, I could say it. I could, bittersweet victory for Rocky, I guess. No, super sweet. Why am I... Whatever. After this match, we cut backstage. Remo is running a fucking rampage backstage. He's laying waste to everything. He is fucking smashing chairs. He's breaking tables with his hands. And then eventually, he sees something in the distance. It's off screen. He sees something. And whatever he sees, he walks towards to it. And then the segment ends. We do not see what Remo walked towards. We do not see what caught his eye and was so intriguing that he needed to stop his rampage and investigate. Up next, we have our main event, the Crippler versus Mikey Lau. And this feud is it's been a shorter one, as Crippler and Mikey haven't had like months longs of feuds like the rest of these storylines. It's just Mikey Lau has been the fastest rising star in the SWF, in the entire company. He is one of my top names now. He has more pop than almost anybody. And so he won the Supreme Rumble. So the most over and most momentum heel I have versus the most over and most momentum going babyface I have colliding. That's simply what's going on. It's the Crippler's been undefeated in this year. He hasn't lost a match since he's lost some tag matches. So he hasn't lost a singles match since winning the world title. And Mikey Lau, he's beaten Remo, he's beaten Randy. He's one of the hottest acts going into this pay-per-view. The fans are fully behind him following that SWF Supreme Rumble victory. But now it's time for the main event. Mikey Lau and the Crippler, they're going to go like 30 minutes. I think that's what I said it for. 30 minutes. Crippler, he tries everything to ground Mikey Lau. That's Crippler's strategy tonight. The thing about the Crippler is each of his big title defenses, he uses different strategies to try to suit him for success. I'm drawing blanks on fucking basic words again, so hopefully this goes well. But Crippler's approach for Mikey Lau is to ground him. Mikey Lau, he's quick and he can kick. So Crippler keeps him on the ground. He tries to choke him out, preventing him from, breathing easily, trying to limit his quickness. He puts him in leg holds too, trying to make any kicks that he will attempt be weak. However, Crippler did not anticipate just how truly resilient Mikey Lau is, because those kicks, those stupid little fucking kicks that Crippler hates so much, his leg work was not enough. He takes him to the head, he takes him to the chest. Crippler is reeling, and then Mikey Lau, he hits his finisher, he hits the Dragon Whip. 1, 2, and then at the last second, Crippler kicks out, and he gets him right into a chokehold through that kick out. And Mikey Lau, he fights, and then his eyes, they're going dead. He fades out, and he goes limp. And then he wakes back up. Mikey Lau doesn't give up just yet, and then the match, it keeps going. We're past the phase of the Crippler trying to limit Mikey Lau with holds. It clearly didn't work, so plan B for the Crippler. If he wants to use strikes, Crippler uses strikes. As in, if Mikey Lau wants to use his strikes, the Crippler uses his strikes. He trades forearms with Mikey Lau. He trades uppercuts. And eventually, the size and power does get to Mikey Lau. Although the chokes didn't work earlier, the combination of the chokes wearing Mikey Lau down and the brute force of his strikes by the Crippler wear him down, as Crippler finally has Mikey Lau where he wants him, and then Mikey Lau, he goes for a springboard moonsault, but Crippler catches him, and he puts him right into the tombstone, and then right before Crippler can hit it, Mikey Lau fights out of it, he hits another Dragon Whip, 1, 2, 3. Mikey Lau wins the World Championship in a 91 rated match in the main event of the biggest show of the year. Fucking, how did it suffer from a lack of psychology? I don't know. Whatever. Who cares? How did Angry Gilmore and Bret Starr the match of the night? But yeah, Mikey Lau is the new SWF World Heavyweight Champion, stopping this white-hot run, this incredible renaissance of Crippler in the year of 2020, and match gets a 91. Fucking, how did it not have psychology? Fuck, man. Damn, whatever. I'm fine with this. I'm not mad. I'm happy. I'm fine with this. Mikey Lau defeats the Crippler in 30 minutes and 19 seconds to win the World Heavyweight Championship. And Mikey Lau, he gets his big celebration. He holds up the title. And then Adam Smasher's music hits. He can barely get to his feet. Mikey can barely stand. Crippler worked every single body part he could, but Adam Smasher saw that, and he runs out, and he's got his everything to gain briefcase. He's ready to cash in. He's ready to steal the World Heavyweight Championship. The referee has the title, and then at the last second, Crippler knocks the briefcase out of the referee's hands. He lays out the Adam Smasher. He lays out Avalanche. He lays out Chill. The two, Mikey Lau and Crippler, fight off the power plant, and the Crippler turns to Mikey, and he shakes his hand. He grabs a microphone, and he says, "I'll get that world title back, but for now you're the better man, and I can't let some Weasley, snot-nosed, delusional fuck steal a moment from both of us." And that's how we end the Supreme Challenge 40. I hope I got you. I hope I got some of you with that fake out. I am a little exhausted. I don't do well talking for 30 minutes at a time. That's what was going on. It sucks. I was burning out near the end of that show. 93 rated match. Hollywood Bret Starr and Angry Gilmore are immediately getting told they're awesome. And then I'll do Remo too, because he's still fucking mad about almost being injured that one time. 93 rated show. Yeah. Make the speech. Yeah. Supreme Challenge in the books. Supreme Challenge in the books, guys. I am kind of exhausted. I should have waited. I recorded the Go Home show right before that. I do wish I waited to record that one so it could be a little better, but you know what? I'm happy with it, and we're going to take Mark Speed. Okay, we're not going to take Mark Speed. I just am interested in who is... Is it just TCW? Really? USPW doesn't want him. What do we have against Jin Miyamoto? Okay. Guess not. Guess not. Yeah, I think I can... Oh, Joey Morgan was not happy, by the way, guys. Joey Morgan was not happy with that. I've almost made all my money back from that fucking... Oh, dude, we're making the money back. We're fucking making the money back. So, yeah. I am interested to see... How long has this been? Nice. So, like, I'm gonna kind of look around in the save for a little bit for those of you that are interested. If not, you can click off. There's not really much that's going to be happening in the end of this video. So for those of you that are tuning out now, have a good one. But for the people that have been staying that kind of want to see, I've kind of hidden. I haven't really looked at the roster page because I've been hiding stuff like Steve Frehley and Greg Gage and all that. So now I can finally actually show you guys what's going on. So yeah, oh my god, Bret Starr. Fucking yes. Bret Starr was kind of hovering, and Gilmore didn't even lose that much. I don't think Adam Smasher will lose that much either. No, he gained because he's fucking Adam Smasher. Jefferson Stardust is a major star, and I don't know why he's so much more over than Huey. Mikey Lau, fuck yes. Remo, Remo, he gained pop too. God damn, is fucking Rocky getting over. Scythe is getting pretty over too. Steve Frehley might have a cap at 90. Ugh. I know Crippler had a cap at 90. Crippler had a pretty big cap at 90. You can see where he won the world title. I thought he had a cap at 87, and then he just went to 90. So I don't know, but I feel like the cap was 90. Yeah. Oh my God, Avalanche. What the fuck? Oh my goodness. Joey Morgan is fucking mad, but like he did kind of lose a lot. Damn, that didn't boost Greg Gage to Starr. He is pretty much there though. Yeah. Whew. Sorry. SWF's thriving, guys. The SWF is thriving. The fact that Randy is not a major star is very surprising. I don't know why. Dude, fucking Jefferson's just over. He's too awesome. That's right. It's true. For Trucity. I am interested in Finn Bruiser and Frosier, actually. Let me, look at these guys real quick. They got a pretty big showcase at... There we go. They got a pretty big showcase at the pay-per-view for, the Heritage. Yep. Slowly but surely, Heritage is getting over. Who else is interesting to me? No, Sammy Smoke hasn't really done much. Frosier, yeah, right. Frosier and Finn Bruiser. Yeah, they didn't win, so they're not going to gain too much pop from that. But I'm really hoping Finn Bruiser can become a recognizable soon. Because I had him beat Makutsi, and I wanted to have him go, like, not undefeated, but, like, he wouldn't lose that much, but, he can beat Robbie Wright and all, but I mean, it's not like he's losing to big names and all, but he's still losing. So, hoping he can get more over soon. Yeah. I don't want to look at this because I don't know what I was negotiating with. I can't remember if it's anything I should hide, but yeah, let's look at our rivals for a little bit here. Oh my God, the fall of USPW, guys. That sounded really misogynist. I didn't even realize it was oh fuck. I didn't even realize it was Alicia Strong. I just meant because she's a 73 and a major star. That's what I meant. Oh man, I'm fucking god damn it. Womanizer 64. God damn it. Fuck you. Dude, they're not doing shit, man. This fucking roster's boring. They didn't even sign anybody, man. Fuck this roster. This roster's lame. See how over Doc Hammond's been. Yeah, and you're still pushing him, so it's fucking crazy to me. You have Dean Daniels on the roster, and you are not pushing him, but you're pushing fucking whatever. Not my company. That's why we're gonna put you guys out of business. Fucking. So that's going to do it for this edition of the Return of the SWF. So I think I've said this before. If not, I've definitely commented it in the comments to replies. But this is not the end of Season 1. If I ever said that this is the season finale, that's because literally in the game, you select season finale for this pay-per-view. But in terms of YouTube series. This is not the end of season 1. I got a lot more that I want to do before I officially call it a season and start the next one. So yeah, but even though this isn't the end of season 1, there is going to be a small hiatus from this series again. Nothing huge, and it's not because I need to stop uploading completely. The reason I need a small hiatus, it's going to be like at the most 2 months without the save. It's just, I'm not completely sold on where I want to go storyline-wise from here. And the last thing I want to do is have such a really good Supreme Challenge and then immediately just like rush what I want to do next. Because it just in turn, I'm like, I don't know who I want to challenge Mikey Lau yet. I don't know where I want certain characters to do or to go. And I'm afraid that if I try to just put bookings out and pre-book, it won't be good. And that's the last thing I want to happen. But what I will have is starting next week. So we won't take breaks from uploads. But starting next week, there will be a new series that will run in tandem with the SWF. It will replace Dave for the time being. Not sure if Dave will ever come back. It's just me and Tyler are both really busy guys, and it's just impossible trying to find time to both pre-book and record and make the pre-booking good and make the episodes good to our standards. So this new series, it is going to be replacing Dave, and for the next however long it takes for me to get the SWF where I want it to go. I completely forgot what I just said. So, but it will be weeklies of this new series, and then once I'm ready to continue the SWF, I will do SWF on Tuesdays, and then the new series on Fridays. I don't know, that's not final, but the hope is to have 2 uploads a week, 1 for each series. So, with that, I hope you all enjoyed the Supreme Challenge number 40, and I hope you all join me for either this new series or the follow-up episode of Supreme TV.